Hello trainers, Kaneto here, and today we are diving together into Fantasy Cup with my first battles of the season. So a lot of trainers were kinda weird, let's say it like this, in the first battles, but some others were pretty strong, and of course I have some losses in this video, so stay tuned till the end if you want to see the full capabilities of this team. Triple Steel for the win, and I think that Steel type is definitely the dominant type of the Fantasy Cup, and of course some core breakers like Excadrill and Giratina might exist, but still they are not gonna be that common. Excadrill will be much more common than Giratina, okay, I get it, but Giratina at least not gonna be that much around. So we're just gonna go in with Solgaleo right now, and we have the kinda upper hand with those fire spins. That's gonna seal the next move that this Metagross is gonna throw, and it ends up being a flash cannon, not an earthquake. So as I have already said, some trainers are kinda new to the game, some others want to test some things, which makes total sense. So Lucario in the next one, and here is one very bad lead for my team. I cannot withstand the damage here, so I'm just gonna let those power punches go through, and hopefully it was a power punch because close combat or Aura Sphere could not be taken that easily. So Zap Cannon to take the shield out of the way, and of course apply the debuff on them, and they cannot farm down, so they have to throw the power punch. They know that down I go, and now my Solgaleo can definitely go in. I was expecting more damage, to be honest, from my fire spins. However, power punch here is gonna connect, and look at how much pressure this Pokemon is gonna do. I have to sacrifice a shield at some point. So here it is, and if I knew better, well, perhaps I wouldn't shield here, but anyway, Psychic Fangs is gonna connect, and I cannot reach to the next one, which is a bummer. So both of them shields are out, and I have to rely all of my hopes into my Magnezone. What lies at the back? It is gonna be the Mud Slap version of Excadrill. So what did I tell you? You do not have to underestimate anyone out there, and Solgaleo is not gonna be able to grab this victory for us with Magnezone as closer. Anyways, another battle here at GBL in the new season, and we have to block the next move, which is the Shadow Ball. Psychic Fang's gonna take the shield out of play, and now I hope that I can farm down. Yes, we can. Down they go. This is a big farm down from Solgaleo, and we have to rely now on the next Pokemon being extremely weak to our Solgaleo here. Because seeing a Pokemon like Lucario most of the times will mean that they have no Excadrill at the back, and my Solgaleo can be in a very good spot. However, you saw before that they had that Excadrill, so yeah, it happened. Anyways, they managed to catch a move on their Dragonite. Are you kidding me? Attack fell, okay. So at this point I'm just gonna go for the Zap Cannon and the big win against the Dragonite before they reach the superpower. We still got the shield, and things are looking pretty comfortable for us right now. I'm just gonna take the flamethrower. You already know that this is not gonna knock out, and we can still reach to the next move, so they back out, and that's gonna be a pretty solid victory for our line. Dragonite the next one, too many Dragonites, and to be honest, it's not a bad pick overall, especially with superpower. It can still threat those steel types, and its main struggle is gonna be, I believe, either that Togekiss or something like a Florges, for example, or another Charmer, whatever. So at this point we're just gonna go in and pressure even more with our Red Steel here, and I will try to switch out banking that energy for the end game. I know that I can take one move for sure, whatever that is, and still gonna be able to farm down. Those Lock-ons are never gonna be enough to farm down, and this is gonna be a pretty solid strategy for my Solgaleo. Let's get now to the Psychic Fangs for not big damage, but the second is gonna hurt, and guess what? We have a third one coming up as well. So here it is, trainers. Can we finish off the Dragonite? They will not shield. Down they go. A Scavalier at the back, and that is kinda problematic right now. So Scavalier is definitely a Pokemon that I hate seeing with my Magnezone and Registeel, and those two are the only ones left for my team. So here comes now the Magnezone, and we have to start baiting with those mirror shots. Hopefully they will shield. Yes, they do, trainers, and we managed to catch the move on the Reggie, and guess what? They get to the undercharge, which means they wanted to farm down, and we can reach on the Focus Blast. I believe that was a mistake by them. They underestimated my energy, and now we can reach to the wild charge crazy victory that could end up easily to a loss if they had counted that energy much better. So definitely some tough battles here with this team on the very first battles of Go Battle League, but we still managed to pull through. Let's get now to the Focus Blast. Hopefully they think they caught. No, they don't. They are absolutely gonna seal this one, and now SOLGALEO can go in. Perhaps if I was kinda faster there, we could take that Excadrill in one shot, but that wasn't at all. So right here, gonna block the next move. The drill run can still be fatal, and I learned it with a bad way. So here comes now the second debuff and another one to secure the victory up against the Excadrill. Down they go. Both of our shields are down, and we have to go ahead and stay in with our SOLGALEO. Down we go to the Falling Shadow Ball, and now we do not have a clear answer to the Giratina. So Zap Cannon has to be thrown here by my Pokemon. However, you can see that it is not gonna do a lot of damage. It is gonna be resisted, but we are gonna be able to chunk a lot of HP out of the Giratina and try to completely get to the next move before they throw, but we cannot. So that's a bummer, but still our Magnezone now can go in a pretty clutch way so that we can kinda finish it off with a Wild Charge here. Not gonna throw the Mirror Shot, not gonna risk it. There is gonna be the Empoleon, no Waterfall on this Empoleon, I know, but still I believe the outcome would have been the same. So here comes now the second Wild Charge. Can we finish it off with a not very effective move? Yes, we can. Down goes Giratina, who was worried, only me at that point, but now that I am re-seeing the match, I think that we played it very good overall. So Garchomp in the next one. Wow, okay, Garchomp with Santum. We just need to reach to those Focus Blast, because in a while my Registeel will be no more. They can still take one move. They know this, which means that they are not new to PvP. They know their stuff, and right now we just need to press our Focus Blast for the knockout. However, they can outspeed, and hopefully we can withstand the damage. And now the Zap Cannon will go through. And the reason I go for the Zap Cannon is because I'm expecting the shield, and now my SOLGALEO can definitely go in before they farm down, and I know that this has to be only a Santum, so I will just let that go through, and I will try to seal the second one in a weird effort of mine to completely farm down. Garchomp did a lot of work against my team, but I'm pretty glad that we have it now out of play, especially when I have a Pokemon like Magnezone at the back. So Flamethrower is gonna take the shield, and perhaps I should have gotten to my Psychic Fangs and then the Flamethrower, but I misplayed this by a lot. Anyways, gonna go in now with my Magnezone. We got to shield, and of course keep pressuring for the potential Wild Charge. I was counting the moves here right before they reach to the fifth one. I'm just gonna reach to my Wild Charge, and they have at the back this Togekiss, which means that the match is already over, and we're gonna grab a very nice victory with Magnezone closer. Thunder something with numbers is gonna be our next opponent, and we're having a Haxorus up on the lead. You know what? This is not looking well, and I know that most Haxoruses on this meta will not run the move Dragon Claw, because Surf is gonna help a lot with Night Slash, and a lot more than Dragon Claw for sure. So here comes the Surf, we're gonna take it, and right after I believe we have to feint to the Haxorus, especially after we throw the weird move, and yeah, okay, we can still survive, because after the debuff we can take the moves, and the Focus Blast this time is gonna connect to the Haxorus. Perhaps they were expecting that Zap Cannon, and they have the Scissor, which means now that we might have the upper hand with our SOLGALEO, still taking a lot of damage from that Night Slash. And at this point, they have another Togekiss at the back. Everyone's having a Togekiss on the Ultra League, so here it is, trainers, for the Fantasy Cup. And we're just gonna get now to the double move with our Wild Charges, and I know that the fast attack of Scissor will never be enough to farm me down, so I'm just gonna shield here and try to potentially two-shot them down, one for the shield, one for the knockout with a double Wild Charge. So Scissor, definitely a very nice pick, and especially with the absence of fires, I think it is gonna be pretty solid, but still we got SOLGALEO, and yeah, fire spins are still gonna hurt, despite the fact that we are not fire at all. That's a missed opportunity to make a fire / steel type Pokemon. Why Psychic? It makes no sense. It lives in the sun, I think. Yeah, that has to be. So now we have the Focus Blast exchange here up on the mirror with the Registeals, and as you can see I do not have the best IVs possible, and also no excels at all on my Regis, so it is definitely an under leveled one, but it's okay, I can still catch one move on my Solgaleo, keeping the shield alive and the energy for the end game with Registeel, which is a pretty solid strategy, and with Solgaleo as a safe switch I'm feeling pretty comfortable here. Unfortunately we cannot farm down. After the Focus Blast we are put up on a range that they can farm me down with those counters, and I believe that if I double block here, perhaps I can be on a very good spot at the closing game with my Magnezone. So here comes one other shield, and it is gonna be another drill run. You know the drill with this one. Just gonna get now to the wild charge and then perhaps try to catch one move on my Registeel, but guess what, I still have the Focus Blast ready to go from before because we banked that energy, and with shields down we are looking pretty solid. They have now this Clefable, and let's get now to the Zap Cannon. We still need though one spark I believe for our Magnezone to reach the move, so the battle is not over yet. Hopefully they are gonna throw a resisted move. I think only resisted moves can be thrown by Clefable, so here comes the Moonblast. We can take it and then reach to the Wild Charge for the victory. Down they go, and that is a good game. Registeel against Apollyon, a very good lead for my Reggie. Especially for the Zap Cannons, so we'll try to block the first one because I want to debuff them first and have a chance at it. So it is gonna be the Hydro Cannon. Let's get to that Zap Cannon for the nuke. They are gonna block, of course. It is not gonna be like the first trainer, so here comes now another boom from them, but this time we can definitely survive and we can kill pressuring with those Zap Cannons. Pretty cool energy management by our part, so down they go. Oh, they decided to switch out. So at this point, you know what, they're both down with those shields, so I'm just gonna let it go through and try to finish them off with Solgaleo. This is gonna be a Solgaleo video overall, and after all, so here comes the drill run and down I go. You know what, I was expecting to survive, and yeah, it didn't. So this is why drill run is not gonna be appreciated by Solgaleo, and that could have been a win, but still haven't seen that the last Pokemon, so you never know how this could end. Anyways, I took the loss, and that was because I took the drill run. Well played to my opponent, definitely destroyed me down over there. Earthquake from the Metagross to my Reggie. That's hurt a lot, so now we just need to respond with the Zap Cannon. Down they go, they definitely know the stuff. Look at those mud slabs getting in the air. I don't know why they're flying so much. I'm just a Solgaleo here on Earth, not on the sun. And now we can reach to the Psychic Fangs for the bait, and of course they are gonna block, and now we can keep going for those baits, and of course the next Psychic Fangs, they are gonna block it, so now my Magnezone can go in, and because they have Mud Slap, I am hoping that I can farm down. Can we do it? It is gonna be the Tokigis at the back. Let's get now to the double Wild Charge. One for the Tokigis, one for that Excadrill, and I believe this is gonna be a solid victory for our Magnezone before they even reach to the next drill run, and that is a game. Into the final one, trainers, and we're facing a trainer with a Tokigis up on the lead. Let's get it with our Registeel, and they have ML Metal on the switch. So double Iron Bass is gonna be a pretty cool move. I don't think it's gonna work here on the Fantasy Cup, but still it seems like a pretty solid option for ML Metal on the other leagues. Especially on the Master League, that I believe is gonna have a lot of play against those Esians, which is a pretty safe mon overall. So if you happen to have a double Iron Bass Melmetal, feel free to submit those battles because I don't have one and I really am trying to find one. So yeah, with your help we can do it and showcase double Iron Bass Melmetal on this channel. So let's get it here with those Psychic Fangs. Even against Giratina we can debuff it, looking pretty solid. Red still going in, and all we have to do now is to connect those Zap Cannons for big damage after that debuff. Look at that. Let's get now to the Zap. Let's do a lot of damage to the Giratina, and I was just joking, because they still need 3 of those and this is kinda underwhelming. So we're just gonna go ahead and go for the next one right after, and I hope that we can debuff them while we can bring them almost to no HP with my sparks from the Magna Zone. They end up switching out as well, so you can see that this trainer is no joke at all. They know their stuff, so let's keep pressuring for the wild charge, finish off this Melmetal. We know that the Giratina is gonna come back, but at this point, even with the debuff, they cannot finish us off. I will try to completely farm down. We can actually do it. At the back lies the Tokigis, and look at the trainers with the Magna Zone and the solid victory to close up this video. And as always, that's a wrap, everyone. Thank you for watching, trainers. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and if you want to support even more, well, joining as a member can always help with that matter. Thank you once again, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers.